All right. Okay, I'm hoping this is my last attempt at this, but I've been trying for 3 days, which has been fun. But yeah. So welcome to, as John Oliver once said, to whatever this is. I honestly don't know, and that's fine. Like I'm gonna be figuring this out as I go along. I got the idea to do this back in December when I wanted to start a Twitch channel, and I figured, hey, I could take my Twitch streams and put them on YouTube. People do that all the time, and this is a way of maybe getting some income, or or just even just something to do. Um, so it took me a while. Like I got the idea in September, but it took me a while because like I got the idea in December, so I bought a webcam and then realized the mic in the webcam was absolute shit. So I bought a mic right here, and and then after I bought the mic, I I tried to get software, webcam software, because I was using Windows 7, and Windows 7 doesn't have it built in, and so I was like, okay, I'll get software, and then. But in the process of trying to find software, I got a virus. It's a long story. And then, sadly, in cleaning up the virus, somehow the activation key, the license on my copy of Windows got removed, and it said this copy of Windows is not genuine. I'm not sure what that means, but essentially they thought I had been pirated. I was using a pirated copy. And because support for Windows 7 ended years ago, I was stuck. So I had to go out and before anybody asks or says anything in the comments, I should point out this computer was a gift, so I never got the disk or the activation key or anything. So I okay, all right. So beginning the end of February, I was able to. Here's my foot. I was able to buy a copy of Windows 10, which I'm very happy about, and it's been working all right. There's a few bugs, but it's Windows, and people, why don't you get a Mac? Number one, it's a PC. It's an HP computer. Number two, factory suicide nets. Apple is an evil organization that's trying to take over the world, and I'd rather not give them money. I'm not saying Microsoft is much better, but when I compare the two founders, Bill Gates runs charities and is currently trying to end malaria. Steve Jobs just hoarded his wealth and, I don't know, bought a lifetime supply of turtlenecks. And besides, I don't like products where I have to get a new one every year. iPhone users, you realize that if you got an Android, you wouldn't have to do that, right? And it has all the same features. No, you're just going to keep sticking with the iPhone and giving money to Apple even though they have factory suicide nets? Okay. All right, well, you do you, man. Um, I'm shaming Apple users. That's good. That's a good business strategy. Um, but anyway, so I finally have this off the ground. I got my software, got everything. So now it's just I'm just recording this to say hi, and other than Twitch streams, the content you're going to get is probably just every once in a while if I have a rant I want to do or a theory I want to talk about for something. Like I have a Halo Infinite theory of what the game's going to be about, but no one in my house plays Halo because I live with my 70 plus parents. My 70-year-old parents, and yeah, they don't play video games. And yes, I live with my parents. I'm 33. I'm a millennial. I have no fucking money. Why do you think I'm doing this in the first place? Anyway, you're gonna see stuff like that. You're gonna see, maybe some wrestling stuff, wrestling theories. I do have a message for Triple H that I have to send because I think he's getting into my subconscious somehow. Because ideas that I had last summer, actually, for some of the women's division storylines and events that have actually happened in the last few months, and I'm actually a little. I'm a little taken aback by how close it is as to what uh, I was, writing. I was doing it just kind of for my own head, and if one other thing happens, he is definitely a Freddy Krueger character of stealing into my dreams. But instead of killing me, he's just taking all my shit. And I'm coming for you, man. I will actually go into more detail in a later video, but I just find it hilarious that, the things that I thought, hey, this would be cool, they're doing now. But at any rate, and other stuff, and but that, bearing all that in mind, though, I do want to lay down a ground rule, just one. It's very simple. It's easy to follow. You ready? Okay, you ready? Listen very closely. This is the ground rule. If you're going to subscribe to my YouTube channel, don't be a dick. I'm serious. Like, I'm fairly unapologetic. Like, I'm a bleeding heart liberal. I'm not quite socialist. I'm more like, I'll put it this way for Canadians. I'm NDP curious. I'm not saying I'll vote for them, but I'll listen to what they have to say. And a lot of their policies I do actually agree with. It's just the liberals have a better shot, and the conservatives. What happened to you guys? Seriously, you keep getting dumber. Like, your leaders, like Harper was a train wreck, but he at least had a brain in his head. Scheer and now O'Toole. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if after O'Toole completely self-destruct in an election, that they don't clone the two of them into one being and call them Andy O'Toole. And the sheer, pun intended, dumbassery will be beyond belief. Like, seriously. But anyway, and that right there is a good example of my politics and how I feel about the world. I believe in human decency. I believe in accountability. I believe that every single human has the right to be treated like a human. And if you have a problem with that, then go fuck yourself. I don't want to know you. Now, if you want to have a discussion with me, if you're a reasonable person who engages in an argument in good faith, or you want to talk, or you want more information on something I said, I can't guarantee I'll answer everything because my time is valuable and I don't want to spend it all responding to comments. But a discussion's fine, opinion's fine. If you're gonna have discussions with other users, that's fine. However, if you start engaging in bad faith arguments about like major issues like COVID or climate change or racism or things like that, if you start engaging in bad faith arguments, I'm not going to respond to you. And I encourage any of my subscribers, however many of them there are within, the first 8.5 minutes of this channel existing, I encourage them not to engage either because it's not worth your time. Beyond that, I will say, like, don't be a dick subsection is, like, bad faith arguments I'm going to largely ignore, but if you're blatantly racist or even mildly racist, just any kind of bigotry, like any kind of, homophobia or Islamophobia, transphobia, anti-Semitism, ableism, any like misogyny, racism as a whole, like it just any kind of bigotry and intolerance, like just fuck off. Go to somebody else's channel. And if you abuse me or my subscribers or just the people in the comments section, if you're going to be abusive, I'm going to block you and you're not going to be able to watch my channel anymore. And that's just it. Like, that's the one ground rule, is don't be a dick. And if you're a dick, you won't be allowed to play with the other children. So, Yeah, there it is. It's that simple. Now, I don't know how often I'm going to be posting this. I do know that I'm going to try to get on Twitch within the next, week or so. Actually, I might try to get on tonight. It depends on how fast this uploads. The first game I have lined up is actually Gears 5. I'm going to do a Horde either today or tomorrow. It depends on my... Like, it just depends on how I'm feeling about it. And it's also like when I eat dinner or something, because I don't think you guys want to sit there watching me eat. Some of you might. You need help. You need serious help, dude. Like, honestly, this is not attractive. I'm very, very animated when I consume things. That sounded a lot dirtier than I needed to make it. But with all that being said, I will be jumping on Twitch either today or tomorrow. I'm aiming for today, and but if not tomorrow afternoon, Horde takes a while, I've been figuring out what map I want to use. For Gears fans, I'm probably going with Nexus. It's one of the newer maps. And I'm also trying to figure out what character I want to use, because I have all of them except the Grace from Terminator Dark Fate, because it's $20 to buy the DLC for one character, and I'm just sitting there like, really? Really? Really, Coalition? It's that expensive? Jesus. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I'm probably gonna do it at some point, but not right. I can't afford it right now. Anyway, but yeah. So I'm gonna be jumping on at the latest tomorrow. So if you are on Twitch, you can go ahead. The link will be in my bio here. If you like the sound of my voice or my deepening descent into madness, as you've witnessed today, you can subscribe. And if you don't, vaya con Dios. And I did not pronounce that right, but I don't know how to pronounce it right. So I should probably stop saying it. No. And, and I would be remiss if I didn't mention this. I know the vaccines are on their way, but we're still dealing with COVID, and we need to take care of each other. We need to look out for each other. We're not out of the woods yet, and I know it's been a year. Like, it's literally been a year since, at least since the U.S. went to lockdowns. We were probably doing it a little earlier. And I know that, we're in better shape than the U.S., but especially here in Ontario, there are still a lot of hot zones, and we need to stop. We need to slow down. We need to do things properly. And, and I don't like Doug Ford at all. I don't like him as a person. I don't really like his policies. I don't like how he talks. I really don't like how he stands there with his chest puffed out. He looks like he's, a lot like Trump. He looks like he's going to fall over at any moment. But I will say this about Mr. Ford, that when it comes to the pandemic, and when it comes now, are there things he could do better? Absolutely, there are things he could do better. I find the color coding, and why am I sweating? I don't know why. Here's a towel. Ugh. Need to open my window. But the color coding thing, I get what he was trying to do, but I found it to be kind of arbitrary, and a lot of health experts weren't really on board with it either. But he's done an okay job in terms of, look, this is what needs to happen. We need to wear masks. We need social distancing and all that. He responded way better than I thought he would. And when he started calling people COVID idiots, a part of me chuckled. I mean, I don't like Doug, but whoever came up with that, whether it was him or one of his speechwriters, you have my respect. Not much, but enough. And but that's the thing. Like you look at Alberta and how poorly it was handled there, and and I think the prime minister, sorry, I jumped my thoughts. ADHD. My one thought got ahead of the other thought, and now they're fighting. Now they're fighting, and my thoughts about wrestling are overpowering them. Okay, it's done. I'm a little mad, if you haven't noticed. Anyway, I do think Prime Minister Trudeau. I mean, it hasn't been perfect, and I have my issues with Justin at times, but he is. They're doing their best. Like that's the thing I'll say about Ford and Trudeau. Could they be doing better? Yes, but they're doing their best, in my opinion. Now, if there's some stuff I don't know, okay, you could link me an article from a legitimate news source, not Rebel Media. They can suck my taint. I actually went to college with Faith Goldie. I should tell that story. I didn't know her that well, but let's just say I knew she was kind of a crackpot, but I didn't know how much. Anyway, but I was. What was I saying? Yeah, like it's just we're not out of the woods. That's basically what I'm trying to say. So you gotta keep up social distancing. You gotta keep washing your hands. Wear a mask. If you don't have an N95 mask, I mean I've been using these bandanas, and yes, I have a pink bandana. I don't care. With my complexion, pink works. Fierce. I think we can all agree that I should never do that again, ever. But anyway, um, and, we're not out of the woods, and we need to just keep continuing to do what we need to do. We need to wash our hands, wear a mask, practice the social distancing. Don't go out unless you have to. I went to the store this morning. Just I had to grab a thing of honey. I went down. I put on this bandana because I don't have an M94 mask. And I washed my hands before and after I got home, and I used hand sanitizer while I was in the store. And just all those things, and I social distanced from people as much as I could. And then I walked home, and I've been inside the whole day. And it's just we have to keep doing this until it's safe, and until the doctors and everybody says it's safe. Let's just stay home. Like, if you're bored, buy an Xbox. That's what I'm doing. I mean, Jesus. I'm playing Shadow of the Tomb Raider for the fourth time in a row. I really like the game. I'm also trying to do something very specific because I love torturing myself with these games. You'll find out if you subscribe to my Twitch. You'll probably see it firsthand. Anyway, um, so just keep doing what you need to. Wash your hands, wear a mask, don't go out unless you have to. Use the hand sanitizer in the grocery store. You social distance as much as you can. If I go for, because I live near a park, so I can kind of go for a walk to get some exercise. When I see another person, I get like 10 feet away at this point. Or if I'm on the sidewalk, I will, and I see a person coming, I will get up, I will walk into somebody's lawn, at least 6 feet away, let them pass, and keep going. There's no reason why we can't do these things, and we just need to keep doing them. So, I hope everybody's safe. I hope everybody watching this is safe and healthy. Unless you're the person who is flying the Confederate flag in the next street over from mine. That's not a joke. I live in London, Ontario. I'm pretty sure that anybody living here in 1861 was not fighting on the side of the Confederacy. I mean, we weren't even involved in that shit. We were dealing with our own problems, like becoming a country. You're flying a Confederate flag. Oh, and by the way, it's in their backyard. They don't have the stones or the ovaries or the, I don't know, hockey pucks to fly it in their front yard. They're flying a Canadian flag in their front yard, which is contradictory, frankly. And like, Jesus Christ, and I'm like 90% sure that the family next door to them is black. There's at least one black family on that street, and at least three black families or mixed families on my street. I was actually really tempted to do a Christopher Plummer, in Sound of Music when he rips the Nazi flag in half. But, I'd probably end up getting arrested for it for destruction of property. Even though that flag should be illegal, it's not, and the fact that it's not is kind of fucked up. But I digress. Anyway, but like I was saying, be safe, take care of each other, take care of yourselves, and call your grandmother, your grandfather. If you like him, fine. If you don't, there's no need. And yeah, just take care of each other, guys. We're all in this together, except for Confederate flag fuckhead. He can go to hell. See you later.